Yeah, the one thing about this place, they were right next door and they drank all night. When I woke up this morning at 6, they were still going. Like the music was on. And you could tell they're enjoying their beers. To drink that much, it'll affect your business. And I could see it in this room. You can leave me a comment. What do you think? I mean, we're still staying here because it fits our budget and it has good internet. Managed to upload a video from here. But that's part of the thing that you're dealing with when you're traveling in Mexico on the budget. You come across places that are very well taken care of on a minimal budget, and then you come across places that probably have a decent budget, but it's not happening. Talk to you later.
Taking a picture.
Waiting for our coffees. It says in there, La vida comienza con un buen café. Life starts after a good coffee. So we'll find out about that today. Life in Tizimin. So this is the first time we actually have a really sweet breakfast. We got the waffles, Barbara has chocolate on there. Then we got the pan dulces from the panaderia. And I got a waffle too and a large coffee. Sweet start to the day. We were window shopping and walking around town almost the whole day because there was so much to see. Then we eventually got hungry.
That hot? I'm guilty. Food again.
So watching us, you probably get the impression that all we do here is we ride our bikes and eat.
Yeah.
And sleep. Yeah, there's a lot of eating, definitely. They have good food here, that's the reason. And we don't have any cooking facilities. This is our first real meal in a restaurant today. This morning all we had was a waffle and a little cake. You know, I used to laugh at people who would post pictures of their food on Facebook. What a difference YouTube can make. What I got, it's called a relleno negro. It's a traditional Yucatan dish. I've had it before. That was about 12 years ago, I think. So, revisiting this. You hear that? This is typical for any park in the city, in this area. You got all these birds coming in the evening, and it's like magic. I mean, it really is. By the way, what you see behind me is the restaurant Los Tres Reyes, the Three Kings. That's where we ate. That's where I had that relleno negro. And Barbara had the chicken. There's a huge cathedral in the center of town. The bird. The atmosphere is starting to change here. It's evening. And it's like magic. There are so many birds here. You can hear them. And lights are coming on. The daylight is fading. It's amazing.
Clouds just moving. Look at that belt it's getting over there.
Oh yeah.
We That one's dark too. Might not want to get caught in that.
You know the stuff they have? Yeah, it's good stuff. Oh. The further we move away from the parks in the center of town, the less you can hear the birds. There's something attracting them, probably the big trees. And they sure like to poop on red cars. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. Yeah, Mexican City in the evening, it can be just magic, at least to our Canadian senses. Mexico sometimes has a reputation of being a dangerous place, at least in Canada it is like that. And once you're here, you realize that it's not even true. And if you thought I was done showing food, well, no. Here's the next day's breakfast.
Cycling and walking a lot.
Well, Barbara and I are still in Tizimin, and today we're eating breakfast at a small loncheria, and it is the best breakfast we've had in this town. I'm standing at the corner of 49th Street center of Tizimin, and behind me there's a place that's called itself La Loncheria. That's where we just had our breakfast, and as I mentioned before, this was the best breakfast we've had here, and possibly one of the best breakfasts that we've had on this trip. So those are the treasures sometimes that you can find for the both of us. The whole breakfast, which was a nice plate as you've seen, plus the coffee, everything together, like with a tip included, it cost us $10. So the reason why we're staying in Tizimin for another night, it's kind of mixed. We had the option of leaving here and going, number one would be a 54-kilometer ride to Cenote. I think that's what we're actually going to do tomorrow. The other one would have been to do only, what is it?
It's a scorpion, look at it.
That's a scorpion. They're pretty cool. Let's zoom in on him.
If he runs and he hides, I'm not sleeping in here.
Okay, so we had a little scorpion in our room. Do any of you know if these are actually dangerous, or if they look more dangerous than they are, or like, I find it kind of cool, but if they have a nasty bite and it's poison, I sure as hell don't want to find out the hard way. I murdered him. Because, yeah, we don't need that crawling around in our room when we're sleeping. What I was talking about before is we are in Tizimin for an extra night, and I was trying to upload a video that should be coming out this Saturday. It's been going and it still has another hour and a half, 2 hours to go. We discovered on the map that there's a cenote nearby. So what's keeping us from staying here another night, exploring the cenote, and then we'll move on tomorrow. Tizimin is actually a really neat little city, so we don't mind at all. And once again we set out to find a cenote that we had found on the Google map. It was a bit like deja vu. What could possibly go wrong?
looks like it's...
Isn't it beautiful here?
I want to take a few pictures, but hang on.
So we actually made it, found the Cenote Kikil, and it looks like we're already in an all-natural area. And the price of this one, it was 150 pesos each, which is actually a lot cheaper than where the more popular cenotes are in Quintana Roo.
Nice and cold, and I don't get a chance to gravitate to the temperature. It's cold.
The only thing I didn't like about this cenote is that life jackets were mandatory. You can't go under the water with them on. This cenote is a well-balanced ecosystem. There's life everywhere. Do you see the iguana? Under the water, there are fish in all different sizes. Some actually seem curious about my camera, but who knows? The big ones sure preferred to stay away. They were way down there. Can you see them? We're just walking around the cenote because there's a walkway going all the way around. And you know, the t-shirt that I'm wearing, it's wet because I actually forgot to take it off before I went into the cenote. And since we have to wear life jackets, I didn't notice it until I was in the water. Jump in the cenote, no. Well, it's part of the cenote just down below us, which is pretty cool.
Floated around for the last 2 hours. I've built it. Hello. What you doing? Yeah. Uh-huh. Oh, I'm enjoying my coffee, yes. Coffee is at a premium here sometimes.
Yeah. So we're totally glad that we came here for the cenote because it was awesome. And we wouldn't have went unless it was for my upload going so slow. This is not a horse, it's a bull. So after our busy, hard day at the cenote, we are now going for supper at the same place we had breakfast this morning because it was so good. We're just walking past the Palacio Municipal. That's like a city hall.